And we're back. Everybody's had a chance to water themselves.
Unwater themselves.
Unwater themselves. And we had just broken into, well, not broken into, but entered into the temple of the town.
I would never.
I would. Of course there would. Who's ringing that bell?
Just because the door's open doesn't always mean it's not breaking and entering.
I would never.
I'll break and enter first.
Maybe in the comments you guys should let us know whether she's breaking and entering.
We're investigating.
It's a temple, and there's a bell ringing. I'm going to...
So, as you kind of get in here, your eyes slowly adjust to the inside of the temple, and you can see that there's lots of pews and whatnot up the center of the temple here.
Vision.
Well, yours, I still need to adjust going from dark vision
Never.
to that. You can't really see it on the map, but the interior of the temple, it's about 30 feet deep and 20 feet wide. You can see a door on either side leading to another small room, and stairs that lead up.
So is it dark in here, or is it just darker than outside?
It's just a little darker than outside. There are stained glass windows all over the place, so there's a lot of nice colored light coming in through it. You can see a relief of the morning sun coming up over top of green glass forests. Kind of a mural depicting the best of both of the two gods and their beliefs.
As we're entering, I grab Annika. I'm like, Annika, what you did for me in the courtyard, I can never thank you enough. But I will try.
Thank you, Jasper. Your words are inspiring.
Almost literally.
Yeah.
As long as I remember to use it.
I hear you.
So, in the main area here, there are all kinds of pulpits. Well, not all kinds of pulpits, but there's a pulpit where the cleric would preach from. There's also some pews for the elderly or infirm to sit at during the congregations. Is there anything you would like to do here? There is a door along the side wall that is partially ajar, and as you've entered, the sound of the bell has obviously gotten louder now that you're directly underneath.
I'm stealthing around at 15.
Okay.
And just looking for things that are of any worth.
I'm going to try to go straight line toward where the bell would be ringing.
Yeah, I would be with you on that one.
I'm just going to do with Jasper real quick here. There is a pour box here that kind of catches your eye, but it is very much so locked with a very big iron lock.
I shall try and sleight of hand and pick that lock.
Roll me another stealth
And I do
or
have...
sleight of hand.
Is that someplace where I would see him? I'm heading to the...
It is.
My stealth
stealth
is better
roll-
than your passive
roll.
perception.
Perfect. I don't see anything.
I'm not seeing it either.
Well, I would like you to roll your sleight of hand.
16.
16. So yeah, even his sleight of hand has been better than the passive perceptions.
Yes.
You go to open it, and
Bonus kits with a lock key.
well, you have to have a lock.
These
Yeah.
two?
You have to have these tools.
Oh, thieves tools.
Yeah.
Okay, I do not have that.
That's okay, because you actually go to fiddle with it, and
Climber's
it's
key.
unlocked.
Okay.
Opening the box, you see that somebody has beaten you to it. So now you won't have the wrath of a paladin or a blood hunter on you for stealing from the poor box because somebody beat you to it. Okay, so and
I didn't see him do it either, so...
the rest of
I
you are
make
kind
an
of making your way
announcement.
towards the room. Getting to the door, you can hear the sound of the bell is just loud beyond belief. But between the bongs, you hear childlike giggling and squeeing and just like if you could distill it, you could call it pure happiness and ecstasy. Bonk! Bonk! Constant. Just constant.
Oh, now it seems a shame to interrupt a child at play.
Still, the bell is for reasons, and you don't ring the bell unless you're calling people to worship or you're calling for aid. And I'm going upstairs to stop this.
I won't stop you.
Annika, I shall join you, as you've been so helpful so far.
Are you guys going with them, or were you?
And by the way, the poor box was stolen from.
Oh, that's just shameful.
That is
Isn't it?
awful. That's not
Who
so
would do that? Oh, it's for the poor.
Are you guys?
I'm going up the stairs.
I'm gonna remain on the first floor just in case.
Well, it's all one floor
Oh.
so far. The door is on the first floor, and you're not sure what's behind that door just yet. Ren, were you staying going?
I'm gonna go behind Torkin, and every time the bell rings, I'm gonna mimic the bell. Oh God! It's just like it echoes.
Ding!
Who is opening the door?
I am kicking the door open.
That's excellent.
So Torkin kicks the door open. I'm actually going to give you an inspiration for healing Jasper, which I should have done earlier. I'm going to give you an inspiration for
Aggravating Torkin.
for trying to recharge the barbarian's rage power.
There we go. Well done.
You kick the door open. Inside this room, it looks like it's obviously the priest's quarters. You see a bed, a bit of a table. You see a rope leading up into the ceiling. And on the rope are two goblins jumping up and down, pulling this. And they have no idea. You kicked that open with some force. But they are so focused on this bell, they could care less. The world could end around them, and they are just
Still digging that
they're
bell.
dinging the bell, and they are so happy. Not children.
Made it so much worse. Are there windows?
There are a couple smaller windows in here, not big glass murals like out in the.
Is there a hole where the rope goes down?
You're still on the main floor.
Oh, this is still the main
Yeah.
floor. Oh, I can't throw a bomb out the window.
You
You can,
Good, it wouldn't be just.
you can make a window with the goblin.
Yeah.
You can just keep throwing them at the wall until it opens.
Oh.
So this room is about 10 feet across and 20 feet long.
10 feet across, 20 feet long?
Yeah. Set it down. I got another tea blocker.
Now, Sound Monkey, where is it better for us to have this closer to the camera or further back on the map for you?
Closer.
Closer, okay. For next time.
Next time,
Oh, you want me to shift it over there next time?
Yes.
we'll show you what.
Do. Thank you.
It's okay. Stop heckling my drawers. That means I have to do it if they stop.
I can, if there is space for me to redraw
Okay, we have to wipe
It's
it.
all good.
All good then.
So, in the center is where the goblins are pulling on the rope, and I think it is fitting for them to be little green goblins.
Sounds good. So, like right here?
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
That's where the rope is, and put one on either side, and they're taking turns. Like, you don't know much about goblins, but you're not sure if. Like, it looks like they were wading through a river. They have laughed so hard they may have wet themselves. They are just. They are on cloud 9. What are you guys doing?
I am going to cast Prestidigitation on the bells and create a shower of sparks off of those bells on them. So they think that they've exploded the world.
That's going to deter them.
I
But
feel like that will just amplify things, but
They're just gonna be like, ooh,
Do you want to
backwards.
place your guys just on the inside of that room? Yeah, that works for me. So you guys have come into the room. You're going to cast the
Press
and
the
then
do
I'm
thing.
going to get an initiative from everybody. Yellow mode.
16.
18.
Peering between your leg there, like just around you.
15.
Because you are quite a bit smaller than me.
8 for me.
She's 6 foot.
7.
You guys both got 7s?
Yeah. My dex is 3, your dex is 3. That's funny. But you
Roll
got
off.
17, so you can have
I just, whoever's higher on my list is going to go first.
Perfect.
Because I'll see your name first. So, you, from above the goblins, magical sparks kind of starts to shower down. It's mostly an illusion, so it's not lighting anything on fire. One of the goblins jumps off the rope. He's worried he's broken the bell, so he's stopped. The other one is undeterred. This is even better. No, there are fireworks every time I ring this.
nice.
Annika and Torkin is on deck.
So I am going to step forward towards the goblins there.
Here comes a superhero landing.
And I'm just going to stand there and I'm going to be like, stop this foolishness at once. The bell is to be rung for a reason. Stop it.
Roll a
Reprimand.
intimidation. I'm going to give you advantage on it just because you've startled them as well.
So that would have been, it was 16 plus 19?
Sure,
19?
sure. I don't know what your numbers are. I'm in charge of everyone else.
Yeah, 19.
The two goblins rolled for their wisdom, just to see how they're affected. One rolled very low. You scared that goblin quite thoroughly. That was the one that was still ringing on the bell. The other one caught sight of you just before you started to talk, and you still scared him quite voraciously. They both jump off the bell and turn towards you and pull out weapons. Well, I guess they'll pull out weapons on their turn. Torgen, it is your turn.
And I go, I'm gonna go for it and I'm not raging, but I'm gonna try and grab one of these goblins and like throw them through a window, regardless of whether they'll fit or how far they'll fall.
Okay.
I don't know what that would be.
The window is what's made
Roll
of.
I believe a grapple is a strength contest.
It doesn't matter. 4?
You try to grab them, but they're just spry little buggers, and you can't quite get a grip on them. You kind of grab the one, and it just shuffles out of your grip.
Trip a little bit, grab the rope. Bong! Oh my god!
Which sends him into mimicking it again.
It's a vicious cycle. And at some point, I'm going to be cutting the bell down.
Were you doing anything else, Torque?
No, that's good.
It's the goblins' turn now. The goblins both pull out. They are weapons. And they have scimitars. They are rusty, dull-looking weapons.
I don't have my tetanus.
You're not sure if they would cut you or give you tetanus. And number one is going to take a swing at you because you tried to grab him. This is the no-touching zone. Called me.
Permission first.
It takes a swing at you, and the blade actually comes loose from the handle and flies across the room, stabbing into the wall between the black and yellow meeples, or black and orange meeples. And you guys are both a little shocked that the little goblin could swing it that hard. But the goblin is also quite shocked that this was a family heirloom. He's now lost his grandfather's blade. The other one is going to take a swing at Annika. See how well his ancestral weapon does. He did 1 point better with a 2.
Oh my.
Maybe they're just still a little off balance from all the ringing.
Yeah.
I know Torkin is.
We're fighting the heroes of the Goblin Race region.
Yeah.
Tova, it is your turn, and Jasper is on deck.
Okay. Well, since both of them are in the way, I'm gonna just sidestep Ren, and I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost on number 2.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit.
17 connects.
Ooh. And they get a. Sorry, I should have had this on D8.
And I believe he's at half speed for the rest of his until his next turn.
Yes, so 6.
6 points. The goblin almost looks as if it's frozen solid, like it's still moving, but its skin, like Terminator, like it's frozen almost solid. You didn't quite kill him.
I'm shaking my hand. That's a little cold.
Were you doing any other action?
Nope, that was. I had my movement and my spell, so.
So Jasper, it's your turn, and then Ginny, and then Ren.
Well, I look at number 2, and he just doesn't inspire me with any kind of anything. He's just so I sling some vicious mockery at him. Yo, mama's so ugly. Clerics try to turn her.
What's the DC on your vicious mockery?
13.
Jasper, pull out a joke book.
Yeah,
He
I love
passes.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes, she is. You've been my mama.
Were you doing any other action or movement?
No, that's it. I'll stay there in the corner.
I am glad to not go forward this time. Ginny, and then Ren is on deck.
I'm going to come over here so I can get a clear shot at number 2 here, and I'm going to load my crossbow and fire with that's an 11.
The crossbow bolt flies a little bit awry and slams into the back wall, and with a bit of a vibrating noise, which is still better than the bells.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to it.
Are you doing any other movement or action?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Ren.
Just heard boom. And I get one and stand beside. And I take out my rapier.
Why does it sound like the bells are coming from everywhere?
And I attack number 1. And that is a 18.
18 connects.
With my rapier, it's a die. And 8.
Damage. Your rapier stabs into the poor little goblin. As you withdraw your blade, it covers the whole thing. I just wanted to hear the bells. And he dies.
Bong.
And he smiles. Because you made the bell noise. That was number 1. Back to the top of the order.
And a laugh.
Annika.
So this one in front of me,
He is shivering to beat all heck.
I am going to strike at him with my longsword. And probably not hit him. That's a 6.
That's what he rolled to hit you.
Mm-hmm. He's too close and he's too little. I can't get an angle at him.
So yeah, your
That's
blade
what I'm
misses.
counting on.
Torkin.
I'm just gonna try and hit him with my shield.
Okay.
So frustrated.
Oh!
Can I have some more dice? Anyone please?
I got a whole case of them.
Throw my shield,
You-
which shatters.
You,
I'm just teasing.
because you're using like a wagon wheel, aren't you?
I'm using what looks like a wagon wheel that has been taken into a shield.
The wagon wheel slams into the goblin's body, but you get entangled. So you're like, put your arm up. You're like entangled with the goblin.
Oh no.
More frustrated.
And the bell rope.
And the bell rope. No, don't move.
If he
Don't
rolls
move.
another one,
Can I try and punch him? I don't know if I can do an offhand if I've used a shield.
you haven't done your movement yet.
Sure, I'll try and drag him, I guess, towards where's the window. I'm gonna push him.
Sure.
Try and push him.
Just roll me a strength check.
Oh, Jesus, one time. There you go. 17, 18.
You easily drag the poor little goblin over as he is squeaking and trying to get unattached from you. He goes on a 16 as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
he is going to try to get loose from this.
Yeah, for sure.
And he does. He has no weapon because, well, he's got a hilt. He's going to try to club you with the hilt of his sword.
For
As,
sure.
as he climbs over you.
I think this one actually has his sword. It was number 1 that threw his weapon away.
Yeah, this means.
I think this one has his sword.
Fine, then I'll just go back using the D6 instead of the D4. A little better with the D4. You will take 1 point of damage as he hits you with the hilt.
Oh, God.
And it is. He gets loose. That's as far as he's kind of cowering between the angry dwarf and the angry, frustrated paladin.
Just a whole lot of frustration.
Tova.
Calm emotions.
Oh, I wish I had that, but I don't.
It's a good spell.
It is a great spell.
Well, I'm gonna try Ray of Frost again.
Okay. The last one worked really well.
That's why I'm gonna try it again for a 14.
14 connects and kills the goblin.
Okay,
Your minimum damage is enough.
nice.
The goblin freezes in place. At least he's not still tangled up in your shield.
Or the rope.
And at least they're not dead.
Yeah, you made it through!
Yeah, fight.
Good job, Jasper.
Just hide in the corner.
Yes, this is a good place for you to say that.
So the ringing has ceased. And the goblins have been defeated.
And there's no sign of like the actual priest anywhere here.
No, the room looks like it's been evacuated quite quickly.
They seem a bit dead to ask them questions now.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we want them alive?
Not particularly.
Goblins are
Excellent.
generally not good sources of
Jasper?
information.
It's
You have the highest
it's true.
perception, passive perception, and you notice that there are 2 raggedy-looking sacks.
The dead things that we just killed?
No, those are goblins. But it looks like goblin sacks
Okay.
were placed by the doors. You didn't really notice them because you all ran in and you were very focused on the tiny minions of evil. But you notice the goblins. Looks like they may have ransacked this room and taken it.
I will try to stealthily just sneak over to him with a 22.
Nonchalant.
No, well, you can sneak over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
To take any items, you do have to roll a
Natural 20? Would that work?
I see nothing.
Yoink.
So you guys are inspecting the goblins and how to tear down a bell.
That's right.
I'm looking to see like any sign of
There's a few pieces of incense, 3 pieces of incense, each worth 5 gold. A holy symbol of Molokai worth 25. Various personal effects that are been ruined. 3 empty vials with holy symbols on them. And 37 copper and 15 silver.
37 copper. And 15, so. Okay, so I pocket those. And
You're not a thief, right?
no, not well. Yes, yes and no. I had to be a thief in my former life to survive, and it's a habit. It's a hard habit to break.
Like smoking.
Yes. So I pocket the
With
gold
other
and the
people's
incense.
things.
The symbol. I walk up to Annika and I'm like, Annika, I just found this on the ground, and you said 3 empty vials.
There are 3 empty vials with holy writing on them.
I walk up to her and give her the symbol and the vials, and I'm like, Annika, look, I just found these in the corner here.
I'll look at them and can I tell what they are?
They used to be vials of holy water.
Okay.
Looks like somebody drank them.
So that was the symbol was 25 gold or something. And that's Annika.
And the holy symbol?
The holy symbol is worth 25 gold.
And the holy symbol is the same as what's on the temple?
Malachi. I believe Malachi was the forest god.
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
So yeah, and then you guys, it's not hard to cut the rope if you want to bring it down. If you want to bring down the entire structure, that's going to take some doing.
That I probably won't do. I would feel bad about that destruction.
I would not like you to do that.
No. Burn it!
I
I sort of cut the rope high enough that a goblin.
Torkin, would you
can't
like
really-
me to
Yeah,
would you like
yeah.
me to get rid of that rope for you?
Yes.
I scurry up the wall and cut the rope.
Oh,
right
that's
up the top.
fantastic. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you got climb speed, so you can make it up there fairly
Oh.
easily. So it's not a very big temple. You guys, you've seen what there is to see of it. There was nothing other than the bell up the steeple.
So we haven't seen a single person from this town. 2 big wolves and 2 goblins.
2 big wolves, 2 goblins,
And a bunch of big rocks.
and a
And a bunch
lot
of
of
big
rocks.
And it looks like it's been evacuated and hurried. You said, right?
So
Should we just move on to the next building and see what kind of
Well,
treasures we can find?
where
I
all the
mean,
people
other
went.
Oh,
people.
I'd like
Yeah.
to know where the villagers are.
I would like
Seeing
to
as
know
how
that as
we
well.
were on the only road.
And we didn't see anybody coming this
where,
way.
where are you going to move to in the village there?
Is there anything that looks like a tavern or anything?
Yes, an inn or a tavern or a central area
Well-
where people might gather.
The building north center?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess I got it upside down for you. But yeah, you got the right one there. It looks like it's an inn. It's got a place to tie your horses and water them like a normal inn does. The sign on the outside says this is the Nightstone Inn. It has an ornate iron wrought sign bearing the inn's name, which hangs above the entrance facing the town square. Very, very stereotypical inn. You know, it's nothing extraordinary from the outside. Once again, the door is swinging a bit open. It is not closed as you would expect it.
Should we head inside?
Yeah, I want to take a look inside, see if I can find anybody.
It's looking very strange, isn't it?
So,
It's very
going
strange.
inside, it is instantaneous. There's now something that you would not normally see. There is a 500-pound rock in the middle of the floor here, and a very 500-pound rock looking hole in the ceiling, in the room above it, and the ceiling, the thatched roof as well.
Okay.
Hmm.
So we can tell the angle that came from.
No.
Has anybody ever seen rocks fall from the sky?
Near the
We're not near a
rock.
mountain, are we?
Near the rock on the ground is a goblin with a crossbow bolt in the back. Anybody proficient in medicine? Go ahead and roll that. these? Are you proficient in it as well?
No.
Oh, I thought you said you were.
16.
Oh,
It
I am
is.
too.
Oh, go ahead and roll it.
I had to double check. That's an 8.
Well, it's easy to see that the goblin has died from a crossbow bolt to it.
It died from a crossbow bolt.
Yes, it did.
And
Good
it
job,
has-
Tifa.
It has died very recently because it is still, the blood is still bleeding. Like it hasn't had a chance to coagulate.
But it just happened now. And
Dun,
I'll
dun,
You
look
got
up.
a 16, didn't you?
Yeah, 16.
You can tell that it came from above. It wasn't a parallel shot, it was a downward shot.
So I'm going to start looking up. I think someone's up there.
Please make
Who
a
does not like
perception.
goblins. 10.
You are not able to notice anything up there. I just defaulted to you since it was less than your passive.
Yeah.
But you don't notice anyone up there.
I'm going to call out, my name is Annika Silverbow. I am a paladin of Helm and a member of the Order of the Gilded Eye. We're here to help.
Are there any torches or fireplaces around here that are not lit on?
Nothing is lit at the moment.
Hidden masks.
Roll your persuasion, please.
21.
Not a very persuasive person, I see.
Not persuasive at all.
Are you? You're not goblins, are you?
No, not whatsoever.
You hear a very effeminate voice coming from the hole in the roof. And slowly but surely, a woman's face peeks out from the broken floorboards. You're not goblins? Thank God you're not goblins. And she pokes her head out, and she's wearing like a bit of a monk's garb, like a brown,
Cloak.
rough cloak, blonde hair, who is very charismatic looking, at least.
As she's coming out, I cast Prestidigitation on the hearth, because I assume, like an it's probably got a hearth.
So you
Light the hearth and like 2 of the torches that are probably on center pillars to kind of light up the room a little bit.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you, stage goblin. Does anyone have the background of thievery or anything like that?
Yes,
Criminal?
You do?
Criminal.
Urgent.
Not urchin, but the criminal. Both of you she hasn't come down yet, but she stands up so you can actually see her through the hole in the roof. We could cut a hole in the roof and just role play it out, but no,
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would.
that's my bedroom up there, so we're not doing that.
Makes it more like a
Chainsaw here.
Just looking at what you-
Once again, we only bought the place. Hasn't been that long.
We can kill the
You
two
both-
payments on it, then kill it on the roof.
Yeah.
You both recognize that she has a small snake coiled around her wrist, and the snake has wings. And this is, it's not indicative of a criminal, but it's very much so like a favored pet of somebody part of the Zarian, which is a deep criminal organization.
And that was around her wrist?
You notice it because it moves every now and then. It'll adjust a wing.
Like the tattoo moves?
It's
It's a
like a critter.
thing.
Oh, okay.
I may have tattooed some of those.
So that is something that you both see and recognize. The rest of you see it, but you don't recognize it as a potential trait of anything.
It's nothing to me.
I give Ren a little bit of a worried look.
Like this.
Well, come down. There's no more goblins down here, and we've got rid of 2 that were in the tower ringing the bell. So
So I rolled her agility. She's just going to jump down through the hole. She jumps down through the hole, tries to land on the rock, slips, and hurts her ankle and falls on her back, taking a point of damage.
Oh, are you okay?
She's like
dear?
gasping for air. She's knocked the wind out of herself.
Sweet girl, let me help you. I'll try to. I'll gently love it away.
Person's trying to help her.
Maybe you should just stay here. We'll tell the bigger ones come.
So you help her up, mostly just emotional support. But she gets up. I was asleep in my room and all hell broke loose. All of a sudden there was a hole in my room and I didn't know what to do, so I just hid. And then everybody ran away and I waited for a day and
A day?
I didn't know what to do. I could hear banging and crashing outside and then silence and I just waited here. Then I saw the goblin start. I got him though. I got him.
So the goblins came after they left?
Yeah.
So everyone's been gone for a day? And you've been the only one here since?
I'm pretty sure it was a day. I woke up on the floor when that rock came through the ceiling. It kind of destroyed most of my room.
Mm-hmm. Was there any kind of like sounds of a storm or anything before the rock came through the
I
ceiling?
was asleep.
Okay. So obviously not loud enough to wake you if there was anything.
When the rock came through the ceiling, was everyone screaming and running and yelling, or did you hear any of that?
Like I said, I went to sleep in the bed and I woke up on the floor. I may have been knocked unconscious in my sleep.
Anyone have good insight?
She's like,
Okay.
I do.
I think she's telling the truth.
Yeah, do you know where, like, are you local to here? Do you know where everybody would be if they ran?
I'm not local. I'm a traveling monk. I just
okay.
travel the world collecting stories, and we just got into Nightstone to get information about the Nightstone, why it's called what it is.
Monk of which order?
The rambling name of stories that's difficult to remember.
It's got a lot of syllables, but I've never heard of it.
Just rolls off the tongue.
So why is this place called Nightstone then?
Because of the giant obelisk out in the courtyard. Mental note, there was no giant obelisk out in the
I
courtyard.
was gonna
Yeah, I was
say,
gonna
there was,
say,
there was a
I-
But
well.
there was rocks everywhere.
And,
And a depression.
The depression.
yeah, all we saw was the well that was out in the courtyard with the two. There was two wolf-like giant creatures out there, but other than that, there was no obelisk.
Did the obelisk get
So there's
smashed to
goblins
pieces?
and giant wolves?
Yeah, there were.
Yeah,
They're not
they were.
anymore.
They're gone now.
Who's the strongest of you?
Nah, not me. That's what notes
Probably
said.
me. They're close.
I think
I think so.
She scoots over to you. She's like, I don't. Giant wolves and goblins, I need you to protect me.
Absolutely, and that's what I do. So you just stay with us and you'll be fine, but we need to find where everyone else went. And if you say there was an obelisk, where did it go?
It was just out in the courtyard. It was like 15 feet tall. It's been here since before the town was even.
Well, it's
Really?
definitely not there anymore. Do you know anything about it? Other than that it was the cause of the name?
Part of the reason why I was here to collect stories.
Okay, we really need to find like a town historian or something like that.
Miss, and when I try to get her attention and I'm pointing her to my wrist, is there something you're not telling us? Like I'm trying to be discreet from the rest of the party noticing.
She understands. She looks at your wrist and then she's like, I was just here to collect stories. And you notice a very subtle wink. Anyone with an insight, I don't have your passive insights. Passive insight higher than natural 20
Apparently we
That's
do.
me. Yeah, I know that.
Yep.
will notice her wink.
Okay.
So even you.
Yeah.
You,
No,
She
no,
was
I'm
winking
focusing
directly
Staring
at
at
you.
you.
Yeah. It's like, I just, out of character, I don't know what to ask in order to make it.
So she's actually got this winged snake on her wrist, right?
And we see it. We just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
To us, it's just a creature.
I know that with criminals you can make criminal contacts.
Oh,
There's a
I'm
criminal
going
language
to
too.
go up to her, and that ankle looks really bad. Mind if I take a look?
She's like, you know what, please do it. It hurts so much.
Thank you,
Okay,
Torben. I'm going to go
grab some
investigate.
bandages, and I'll take care of her. It might be a little messy. Do you want to boil some hot water?
That's a brilliant idea. Thank you.
I'll help
you.
I'll help you with that because I'll get some food started.
Well, you're taller than me. You can reach the pot.
Yes.
So
I'm going to go
guys,
barricade the door.
You're barricading the door. You're
Hold on,
tending
hold
to her
on.
ankle.
Yeah.
Torkin, what
I
are
was
you doing?
gonna go look for a big obelisk.
So you're kind of going
Or
back.
grab a beer.
You're going towards the front door with her securing it. Ren, what are you doing?
I'm going to
To
I was
tend to
about
her
to
ankle.
ask. I was about to ask Ren for his medical kit.
I'm going to get to the kitchen in a moment after I deal with this.
Okay.
Are you doing this just in common, or do you guys have? I think thieves'
Thieves'
camp
camp.
comes with the criminal.
Yeah.
Thieves can't. Yeah.
So you're doing it in that?
Yes.
Okay. What do you say in your secret tongue?
What are you actually doing here?
and I repeat it in Tobin's voice. Just because I can't.
So do you actually know thieves can't, or do you just repeat everything he says without knowing?
I just repeat what he says.
Okay. You do know thieves can't.
I do know thieves
Oh.
can't. But
It's better when you just repeat
He
what he
can't
said.
verbally speak it, I believe.
I just
Without
use other
repeating
people's.
it.
I use other people's voices, so it might be a job of a whole bunch of people's voices.
Well, she's going to respond in thieves can't here. I am here gathering information, but I've been sent to learn more than just simple stories.
And what stories are those?
I need to learn about what's going on in the keep. About what there is here for guards in the town.
And how far have you gotten?
I only got here day before last. I don't know if I've been asleep or unconscious for how long. I legitimately did get knocked out when the rock fell through the roof. And I don't know where the townsfolk have gone.
Okay, deep breath as I set her ankle.
Oh, it wasn't broken.
Oh,
Oh, God.
roll medicine for me.
9.
Well, you hear yelling, but it's in common, not in thieves' camp. And everybody hears it. Did you have anything you wanted to ask, Brent?
No, I'm just.
Or did you want to hurt her other ankle?
Yeah.
No, I just. That's a little too hard.
He's like, it's okay. It's still better than landing on my back off that rock. So
Are you telling us the truth?
Yeah.
back in thieves' camp, she whispers, "Can you be trusted?"
I've worked with a few guilds before on special commissions.
When the time comes, I may need your help.
Well, I'll be listening.
Then she gets you to help her back up, and she goes and just kind of sits on the rocks. I just need to catch my wind for a little while. So you guys have secured the front door, and you're looking out the window. You're like, I do not see a 15-foot tall black obelisk.
I'm sure I would have seen it if
But
it was
in,
there.
In the dead center of the town square, there's like
That
a
huge
5-foot
indentation.
depression that's at least 7 feet across.
While he's looking out the window,
You guys are going to the kitchen. I haven't forgotten one of you suckers.
as I was heading to the kitchen, I grabbed him a beer and handed him a beer so he could stare out the window.
There's no beer here.
It's in, it's a bar.
There's none left.
It's behind the bar. You guys are going to the kitchen. Kitchen is empty.
Thanks, anyways. I appreciate it.
You open the door to the kitchen, and it's one of those like half doors so you can see what's coming. It's still very high.
It's like, yep.
Yeah, over your
But
head.
as you swing it open and
It's so
you
kind of them they have a half door for me. It's just my size.
you hear a shriek as the second you enter the door.
Through.
Looking in, you see that the whole kitchen has been tossed. And in the kitchen is a goblin. And he has this giant bag. The bag is stretched to its absolute capacity, and it is still trying to shove more things into it.
Oh, you rascal.
my cousin Biggie.
When the goblin sees you guys have finally made it in, it grabs its bag and it starts to try and drag the bag towards a door at the back of the building. But the bag is so heavy, it can only move 5 feet. Before I'm going to get an initiative roll.
I'm gonna yell at him though, and try and persuade him to stop. Please, sir, stop where you are.
Well, I'm going to get the initiative roll, and we'll see who gets to go first.
Do you want one for everybody or just
I'm-
people in the kitchen?
I'm just going to get the kitchen people to start. Yeah, everybody give it to me.
The kitchen staff.
That's when you get a tip.
18 for me.
Ginny,
13.
yell them out.
16.
4.
18.
Amen. That was my mistake. I asked for you to yell them out, you did, and then Ren? Tova.
16.
Torgen?
18.
Annika.
3.
Stage Goblin? What'd you get for initiative?
26.
You can go on an 18.
Dirty 0.
So they are definitely not trying to be quiet, but this stage. The Goblin's going to go first. It can only move 5 feet a turn. I don't know if we can do this. We can theater of the mind. This one, I got a feeling he's not getting very far with his sack. He moves another 5 feet towards the door, and you can actually hear the sack starting to rip under the weight of the contents.
Oh my goodness.
Jasper, I'm going to give them a turn to go before you guys really hear much, okay? Jasper.
So I'm gonna run in between him and the door
Okay.
and yell at him, please, sir, stop. We need to speak with you.
Roll your persuasion, sir.
19.
Now, are you... do you have hostile intent?
No.
That is your turn. Ginny.
Shame on you. That belongs to someone else. You need to put that stuff back immediately.
Advantage on her persuasion.
Roll an intimidation.
Okay. Dirty 0.
Dirty 0. If it got any more
1 minus
intimidating...
1.
He's actually tempted to put more in the sack.
Why doesn't anyone listen to me?
No! Mine. Stuff's mine. For me, for mine, and for me.
Yeah, that's maybe all right.
So you guys outside in the common area of the inn, you hear, are they talking to themselves? What is going on in there?
Jasper talks all the time, so could be.
I'm
Jasper,
super
it is your
disappointed in him. And I'm telling him not to.
I draw my rapier and
Sounds like Jasper.
cut open his bag. Not him. Cut open his bag.
Just make a roll.
17.
It wasn't a failure. So you slice his bag open, and the contents of it is mostly food items. He has raided as much of the pantry and cold storage of the inn as he could possibly get into this sack, and then some. You essentially just touch it with the tip of your rapier, and bleh, it barfs food all over the floor. There is.
Yeah, as I said, I do not want to harm you. Please stop what you're doing, as we'd like to speak to you.
Torkin.
I'm still looking out the window.
Okay.
I assume they're just talking to each other, arguing about pot or something.
The goblin.
Lower down on the
Yeah,
net.
exactly.
No, you can't steal that food.
The goblin kind of falls on his knees, and he's trying his hard. He's everything he can grab. He's grabbing potatoes and other vegetables, and there's like a piece of pork venison, and he's shoving it into his clothes, trying to. No, for this for Vinny. It's all mine. You let Vinny go. Vinny, nice.
I forgot I had halfling lung. Look, I could have controlled that. It was better this way. That was better.
Everyone, we have another goblin in the kitchen.
Well, it is Ren's turn now. So he is not attacked you.
No, and I haven't attacked him.
Ren, you have heard commotion in the kitchen. You guys have been talking to blonde-haired woman who's innocent of all crimes, named Kella.
Well, we did extract her name. Hello.
I hear the commotion in the kitchen. I go, whoa! And I run off towards the kitchen.
Is this going to be
Broke it,
like default alarm noise?
Oh, perfect.
If I
Yes,
hadn't already
perfect.
given you inspiration,
I would. Kicking open the door, running back to the church.
burn this to the ground.
Taking that bell.
That was 13. Toba, are you doing anything, or?
I'm just gonna make sure that Kella is all right. I'm gonna just stick by her just for now.
Okay.
And do you need anything to help you on your way back to report?
Says, well, I'm in no condition to fight goblins.
No, but I presume you are headed back to whence you came.
When it's safe to do so, when I have what I came for. And she's been saying this in post. Annika.
Right. So Jasper's raised the alarm from the kitchen, heard
No.
the bell.
Ren raised the alarm.
Yeah, I run towards the kitchen.
I'm gonna head towards the kitchen as well.
So yeah, you blast into the kitchen and you see this goblin on the floor scrambling to try and stuff his clothes with the contents of the burst sack. Being that no combat was initiated, I'm just going to. We're going to go back to free reign again. The goblin is still trying to stuff his clothes. His clothes don't rip as easy; they're leather. But he's just stuffing his stuff. He's kind of ignored your plea to put the food
I'm
back.
trying to wrestle him, but it's not gonna go well for me.
So you've got the goblin and Ginny like tug-of-warring on some smoked sausage.
Oh, I love it.
No,
The links.
no, for Vinny.
What if we want some too? It's nice to share. It's important to share.
He like rubs his armpit. You want now?
Oh, that's disgusting.
For goblin.
Oh, good
He's
gravy.
so proud of him. He's like
Honestly,
rubbing
I'm
food
very
on his
proud of him.
For goblin.
And I'm just perched on the counter.
I'm grabbing food before he rubs it in his arm.
This is what you walk into.
Yeah, that's what I walk into, and I'm like, all right.
There's less blood than the last
Much
time
less blood.
you had to come collect Jasper. So at this point, you guys can make your way to the kitchen and be exposed to this comedy of errors.
Everybody
Does anybody
calm
want to say
down.
anything?
I'm going to be. Can everyone calm down for a moment, Mr. Goblin? This food,
Mister!
Mr. Goblin. This food we can absolutely share with you. We'll give you some to take back. I assume you have many friends to feed.
Do not share.
Aye.
Fair enough.
That's just greedy.
You obviously can't carry it all because your sack is broken. If we help you fix your sack, maybe we can have some of the food.
I'll try and persuade
Master
him.
negotiator.
I should let Berta do the roll here. Did you want to try rolling a persuasion?
Sure.
No.
That'd be an 11. Oh,
Oh, hold on.
oh you're
Use that.
Here you go. Plus 16.
Oh, nice.
11. How'd you get a plus 16 off a d6? 16 is enough. Fine. I will share goblin food with you. Would you like some smoked sausage?
It's been in his armpit.
I did see that, yes.
That adds flavor.
I'm sure it would add a very saltiness to it. No, I'm fine with that. You can have that smoked sausage.
You got roast potato.
Yeah, I will take the potato, thank you very much. We need to know what happened here. Unfortunately, there seems to be no one else that can tell us. How did you guys get into the town? And
Through the
where-
door.
Well, where is everyone else? Because you're not usually here. This is not a goblin town.
No. The door handles are too high.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
They're so high. They're tall folk. I just make them that tall.
Very ignorant.
Very. I like you. Even though you put sausage in your armpit.
I start gathering up some of the food and starting the fire, and I start cooking while they're having their chat.
You're ruining the food.
Yeah.
I'm going to take his sack and I'm going to give it to somebody to like fix.
Fix my sack.
I will fix your sack once I'm done cooking.
Are there more goblins in town besides you?
There were two.
Yes.
My
Did not
brother
tell
Fred.
This is the fourth goblin you have come across.
Yes.
You came across 2 in the church, 1 in the inn, and 1 in the kitchen.
So how many are there? And where else would they be? So we don't want to make sure that we don't surprise them anymore because I know that you goblins, sometimes you just shoot first and ask questions later. Did we never do that?
This many's.
That's
He
a
tries
lot.
holding up his hands, and then it dawns on you that goblins don't do counting or writing.
Mhm.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Were there any people here when you arrived?
There was an angry lady up in the ceiling.
Oh, she's very angry. Very tall.
And she's not in the ceiling.
Where did the people go? Do you know?
Can you point us in the direction, please? Pointing what, south?
To the keep.
He's pointing on the map towards me.
North.
Okay,
Oh.
went north. Across the river?
We come to our house, so we go to their house.
They came to your house. Okay.
They're not welcome, so we come take their things.
Did you see where the rocks that are all over town came from? Aside from the sky, did something launch them?
We assume the weird tall people do it.
Weird tall people? Like taller than me?
They're all weird.
Yes, we know.
Why would you put door handles so high on the doors?
See, for you they're high. For me they're a little low.
So you've done it wrong.
Did you see this door? It's got a little short one. You can
That's why I went through it first.
That's so smart.
And I found all the food. It takes a bite of raw venison.
It's a goblin.
Okay.
So north from town, towards your home.
Just observe this.
Can you
teeth
take us
make
there?
that more reasonable.
No.
We could maybe get rid of the tall, weird people for you, so that you can have your home back.
Oh no, we have them.
You have
You
them.
have the tall, weird people. Oh, okay.
How do you mean?
You.
We put them in a pit.
That's where tall, weird people do belong.
Yes.
Okay.
Not so tall then.
It about the logic. Pits.
He's,
You put the villagers in pits.
yes, he's taken all the villagers and put them in a pit. They're evil, remember. This creature is normally very evil. I'm kind of whispering aside to her to explain what evil is.
No, what evil is. Wasn't born yesterday, dear.
Well, I'm just making sure you know what type of creature this is.
He's a goblin.
We've somehow figured out how to communicate with him on a level that isn't swords and stabbing.
Boss Hart say, go get human stuff so they pay rent for the pit.
Okay.
Boss Hark.
He's very smart.
That's your leader.
I'm gonna give him this potato.
Why not the small sausage? I mean, it's got extra flavor.
Because I need to eat.
Small sausage. It's for me. Boss Hart, smart, but he doesn't even know about my sausage.
That's fair. Why don't you start heading back towards your place and
Can't.
oh why?
I haven't fixed his sack yet.
I want my sack.
Oh, somebody want to fix his sack so he can get going.
Do we want to know?
Well-
Want them to know in advance?
Well, I told you, once I'm done cooking and we've eaten and rested, I will have your sack fixed for you as soon as I can. You can stay and eat the raw venison like you've been doing. We will not tell your boss that you've eaten this stuff. We won't tell him what stuff you have.
He won't be able to.
It'll be gone.
Exactly.
He doesn't want it.
After eating.
But I won't tell him that you didn't share it with him.
I'll tell him you haven't fixed my sack.
Go ahead. Take your empty sack back.
It's not the agreement.
Well, then you sit there and you wait. Be patient. I know that's a big deal. Sit and wait. When I am done, I will fix sack.
Or you could just go home. I mean, you just wouldn't have your stuff that you want.
He thinks for a few minutes, and he kind of looks the six of you over. He stuffs a few more things into his bulging clothes. He's got as much food as he could possibly have in there. Like, you keep sack.
We go now.
What's going on with the tower over at the other end of town?
The bridge is broken, so we don't go there.
Bridge been broken a long time?
Since we got here.
Okay.
So he's leaving now?
Yeah, he's scurrying out, and he's leaving like a trail of different food items. Every now and then he'll like get 10, 15 feet, stop, come back, pick all the things up that he dropped, and then try again. And he's slowly but surely making his way. And I think that having dealt with that, Jasper's going to continue making some food here, and we'll take another little breather.
That was episode 2 of Moosejaw Gamers and No Good Rolls, Just Good Roleplaying. It was previously recorded while streaming on Twitch. Check out their channel for live streams. Please like and subscribe here and on Twitch. What? Yes, I ate that. It was your intern? It was at the craft table. Don't yell at me. I was told that it was all free food. How was I to know that beings there weren't included? You can see the continuation of their adventure in about a week's time.